All right, so welcome to day 11 on Vlogsmas. So this is gonna be a continuation from yesterday on a Assetto Corsa on the sim rig. So, excuse me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically just try to do a game of Wheel of Not Ideal or Wheel of Unfortunate, whatever form of way you want to call it. I'm gonna be playing the game. I'm gonna use a wheeled random spin generator thing to pick a vehicle that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to spin a different wheel to tell me what handicap that I'm going to use. So I will be doing all of this at Lime Rock Park up in New York. And being that I haven't driven that track a lot, I'm going to make sure that I get a good baseline with the car, and then we'll see how these different handicaps change things. So we'll be doing Lime Rock. I'm going to get 10 minutes with whatever car that I spin and get. I'm gonna get 10 minutes with that car to pretty much set a good baseline lap. Yeah, so that 10 minutes is to be able to get a good baseline. It's roughly low 50s to mid 50s. It would be my guess for a GT3 car. All the cars that I'm gonna be picking from are GT3 cars. All right, so after that, after I have my baseline, I'll spin the wheel and I'll pick a handicap that I have to do for the car. And once I have that handicap, I don't get a whole bunch of time to get refamiliar with how the car is going to handle. And I'll basically have one flying lap and then jump straight into my timed lap, my counting lap. So from that, all right, so the different handicaps I have. I've got 15 PSI on the tires. Oh, I should have said also, all cars, all whatever is all going to be based on the medium compound tire. So 15 PSI is the first handicap, 35 PSI is the second handicap, setting the suspension camber, front and rear, to the minimum setting that I'm allowed to do, max camber, adjusting the gearing, so I'm pretty much going to top out at 130 miles an hour, which I think for this track is probably going to be, I'm going to be on the red line on the front straight. Minimum aero, so for whatever the wings are capable of doing, I will have to set it to the absolute minimum amount of downforce. Other side of it, the maximum amount of aero, so it'd be really good in medium speed turns, sweepers, but I'll have a lot of drag on the front straight. One that I'm really hoping I don't get, I think it's probably the worst one here, is brake bias reversed. So instead of having, call it 60, 63 or whatever percent brake bias to the front, I'm actually going to reverse that. So I'm going to set the front brake bias to 35%. So 35% of my braking is going to be done by the front wheels, which is wrong, but we'll see how that goes. And then the last one is I'm going to have to do the lap with the camera behind the vehicle, so a chase cam, which I don't ever drive in that camera format, so it's going to change a lot of different things for me. But let's go ahead and see what cars we get. All right, just realized that I only went through 9 of the different handicaps. So the 10th handicap is basically just going to leave it on the stock setup. It's the ideal choice. So whatever the game naturally puts for that car, that's going to be what the setup that I'm going to run for that particular lap is. Anyways, so I'll go ahead and flip over to the screen sharing, and we'll go ahead and see what cars and then what 5 handicaps that I'm going to do. All right, so let's see what we got. Anyways, so screen, we got a whole bunch of nice ads for whatever reason. All right, going into our spin. So we got, again, the Vantage AMR, the Z4, Vantage Evo, Mercedes AMG, McLaren, the Nissan, and then the Corvette Racing. So let's go ahead and see what car we get and spin. All right, so R35 GTR, that's what we're going to be using. Fantastic. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and figure out what the different handicaps are. I am going to leave the handicaps in after they're chosen, and that just means that's another round. So basically get a practice round for it. All right, so spinning, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, min arrow. All right. $15 PSI. That's not great. Third one is 35 PSI. Oof. Okay. 2 more. No. All right. 35% front brake bias. Jesus. And last one. Come on. Be stock, not stock. Back to 35 PSI. Yay. All right. All right, so that's 3 laps. Let's go ahead and restart the session so I have 7 more laps. All right, all damage is redone. 3, 2, 1. All right. I'll count that as a lap for resetting the car again. So now 6 laps to set a baseline. baseline set. Now it's time to go ahead and do into my my handicaps. So first one was minimum aero, then 15 psi, 2 at 35 psi, and then 1 at inverted brake bias. So let's go ahead and get into the settings. Arrows, the first one, so let's go to aero. All right, 0 aero. And tires, I said let's start at 22, just because I'm doing very, very short laps. All right, let's go ahead and get it. All right, again, 2 laps. So warm-up lap, and then hot lap, and then I'm done. This already feels a bit different. So we got to 54.43. Definitely there's more in there, absolutely, but there's more in there on the baseline too. Big takeaways, getting on throttle, got to be very patient since there's no extra grip over the rears. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next one, 54.43. All right, so this next one is tires at 15 psi. So I'm gonna lower them as low as they go to 15, and I think this is gonna be night and day. Once I get up to temp on that second lap, I think it's gonna be fantastic. Let's go ahead and get to it. right, so 15 psi. Tires weren't quite up to temp when I needed them. So 53,646. That's what I got to. Let's go to 35 psi. All right, well. Turn in already. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Goodness gracious, no grip. So that was a, what was it again? That was a 55.58. All right, so definitely got slower on the second ones. I won't show that. I won't show the lap for the second attempt. It was slower, about half a second. All right. Now the last one. Last one is 35% front brake bias. Brake bias. Well, I can't go to 35. I can only go to 52. That's the lowest that I'm allowed to, or able to. Anyways, let's just go ahead and see what this is. First lap, I am going to try to push just so I can figure out where that braking zone is and how the car's going to rotate. That is terrifying. Alright, let's get on the track. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. was terrifying. All right, so that was the fifth handicap that I did, and got down to a 54.2. So noticeably slower. Probably with another 5 laps, could get it figured out a little bit better. But you can't get into a lot of brake pressure. You have to be at like that 50, 60-ish percent, and just kind of chill there. So, all right. So that's the video. Driving with higher pressure tires is probably the worst handicap that I tried today. After finishing the last lap, I ended up driving again just for more fun, and added a little bit of rear wing. So instead of being haul it at 9, which is what the factory setting is, I went ahead and bumped it to 11 or 12, and ended up shaving another second off of the time. And I'm positive I can still get faster, much faster, just by braking later and having better lines throughout the track. But anyways, it was a fun little experiment. It was a fun, quick challenge, and being that it's a short lap, that's kind of why I chose Lime Rock, as opposed to doing like my home course VIR, which would have been minute 50 something per lap with a GT3 car, or maybe a minute 40 something with a GT3 car. But yeah, just faster and easier to get it done. All right, that's it. If you enjoyed, please consider like, comment, subscribe, any of those items. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.